Jai Janendra ji. Jai Janendra.
There was a message from Shobha Madam.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yesterday we discussed, yeah, meditation. Recall, ma'am.
Jai Jinendra, I thought it was on Paramagam Vichar, this thing. I was waiting for that to start actually.
Yeah, so this is easy, ma'am, because the slot is available. We can directly, record it YouTube. So easy for
No
everyone.
problems, no problems.
Jai Janendra, everybody.
Jai Jinendra Bharaji, how are you doing?
Good, good, thank you. How about you?
Good, good. All is good. That doesn't cause trouble.
That's good. You are lucky. Everything good.
Yeah, ma'am is joining.
So, Saurabhji, were you able to read through that thing,
What was that?
that article I sent you?
I didn't receive it.
I thought I sent it to you. Oh,
You said that once I confirm, you will forward it to me. So I thought maybe you were busy or forgot or
oh, I'm so sorry.
that's
I
okay.
was waiting. Oh, yo, kadole. Okay. This is what happens when,
Too many things
okay,
going on.
yes. And too many different things going on. That is where the problem is.
Hmm.
Each one is de-linked with the other.
Ma'am, you are multitasking, ma'am, so you can do it.
Hmm.
No, my problem is
Expert of multitasking.
I can't say no to anything. That is my problem. It's not multitasking or anything, nor do I think I'm great. But my problem is if anybody says do something, I can't say no. That is my problem.
Now we know, ma'am, whom to ask help. 7 of us know.
There hai, अंधेर नहीं है. So I will do it late, but I will not say no. But
So do you want me to translate every page of it or you
or
want
can we just sit and you can explain it? We can read it together and you can explain it to me.
Sure, sure.
So whenever you feel it's it's only 3 pages, and so we can.
Yeah, we can do that. Um,
Not tomorrow. Tomorrow I
not
have
tomorrow. Wednesday may be a good time.
yeah, Wednesday.
Okay.
Time?
So, let's say,
It should be convenient for you though.
yeah, about 3 or 4 of your time.
Ah,
8,
great. Wonderful.
Yeah, okay.
3 o'clock
Okay.
then.
Yeah.
3 o'clock.
We'll do that.
Wednesday.
Okay.
Let's do the Mangalacharan.
Yes.
Yes.
Mangalamaya Mangalakaran
Jai Jain, everybody.
Jai
Sorry,
Jain.
Mahendran sir had to call me. Sorry.
समाज सब जपतराज शुभोपाय करते प्रथम कारण मंगल रूप विघ्न विनाशक सुखकरण नमो सिद्ध शिव भो नमो सिद्ध शिव भो जय जिनेन्द्र
Jai
Jai
Jinendra. Jai
Jinendra.
Jinendra, ma'am.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am.
जय जिनेन्द्र मैम
Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
ma'am.
Okay, Jai Jinendra.
Jai
Chaliye,
Jinendra, ma'am.
we will take Rahasya Purna Chitti. Recording is on. Mahendran
Yes,
ma'am.
sir.
yes.
Yes, ma'am. It's on YouTube, ma'am.
Yes. Chal. So, Rahasya Purna Chitti, as the title itself suggests, that something really very important is being discussed. Rahasya means an important thing. No, that's why we keep it as a secret and all that. So,
Ma'am, can I another ma'am?
yes, please go ahead. Please go ahead. Okay.
Okay, so page
After the class, or you
43
want
of
yesterday's class,
huh?
you want to do the Gandhar, or today's class, you will do the
So
Gandhar?
I will continue from your yesterday's class, ma'am. I will continue the next 2 pages.
Which 2 pages? Acha, the Samyak Darshan tail end.
343, the page number in the book 343, the Rahasya Purna Chitti, ma'am.
Oh, you want to do that? Then you do that. Then I will give my special comments.
Yeah.
Please,
Okay.
go ahead. Please go ahead. 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Okay. Jai Janendra, everyone. Yesterday, ma'am explained about a soul, absorbed in its pure soul, and when it is absorbed in its soul, there is no naya or praman or utility for praman or naya, because at this time it is in its anubhav of the soul. So, for example, Pandit quotes person who is buying a jewelry. Before we buy the jewelry, so we go and look at it whether this is right, this color is good, this design is good, all those things. But once we finalized and when we wear it, there is no there is no thinking about whether what is the color and all those things. It is only the enjoyment of wearing that jewel. So that is how he explains. So to experience the nirvikalpa state, we need to it is experienced through savikalpa state. So through the savikalpa, right? Which is operating through the 5 senses, is when it goes into absorption to its pure soul. When it's in nirvikalpa state, it stops all the external activities, and then it absorbs in itself. So because at this point, because the person is not still Keval Gyan, he is in the Shayotstama state. At the Sayam state, the soul can, or the Gyan can be in only one substance, meaning it can do only one thing at a time. So when it is absorbed in itself, the Gyan is used to absorb in its own self. All the other external activities are not, it doesn't happen. Though the senses, let us say there is some sound outside, the hear may hear the sound, but because man and the gyan is in the absorbed in the soul, so whatever the sound or anything which is external, he doesn't even realize that is going on. So at this point, both Shruta Jnan, Madijan and the Shruta Jnan, is all involved, absorbed in the pure soul. So then he also quotes, Pandit also quotes Atmikayati and also Atmavalokana. In both, it is stated that in the Nirvikalpa state is Adindriya. That means it is beyond the sensory things. Because the external senses, so those are they can recognize all the sparsa rasa gandha, those gandha and varna, those are all, that is what it absorbs. Whereas when the soul, when the jnana is in the when it is absorbed in its pure state, the utility of all these senses are not there, and the man also is not, because though man is, or all the thinkings, or when it is, receives all these external indriyas, that is what it recognizes those. So then at this point, even the man is not operating in those external senses. That is why this is called adindriya state. Um, so it is also stated that this self-realization or swanabhav is because of the man, and because the madis and the sudhanyan, that cannot operate without the help of man. So that's why it is stated there. So all the other senses, they can do only the rupee substances, whereas the man can recognize both rupee and arupee state. So that is why it is stated that way. And it is also stated in Tattva Sutra, Ekagras Sinta Nirodha Dhyana, which means taking the gyan outside of all the external substances, but absorbed in the substance which is during the dhyan. That is what is called dhyan. And this dhyan happens only when the soul is absorbed in itself. And the same thing is also he also quotes Samayasar and not at. So here it is also stated that when the jeev is not thinking about any external substances, the man is at this rested state. So, which means when all the external senses and man, they are taking kind of a rest, and that is when the complete uh, absorption in the soul happens. So there are two ways it is stated. It is adindriya, and also it states that it is through the indriya. Both are right. So that is what Panditji states with this. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Chalo, I got it that you got it. Okay. Chalo, I will try to do it in my way for everybody. All of you paid attention. Could you all follow what Mahindran sir told?
Yes, ma'am.
How Gyan Swabhav is more important than Samyak Gyan, Keval Gyan, everything. Samyak Gyan, Keval Gyan is Paryay. Whereas Gyan Swabhav is the Trikali Dhruv Dravya Kapat, Ansh. And Atma is Anshi. Right? Atma is a whole. Gyan Swabhav is a part. When you look at it means when you realize it, Samyak Gyan happens. And when you manifest it completely, Keval Gyan happens. But if you look at Keval Gyan, it will elude you. मतलब आवरण आएगा, ज्ञान के ऊपर आवरण. That is घात, आत्मा का घात. Okay, got it? Okay. So now let us quickly look at page number 344. So very nicely in Samayasar Natak, they have given one line. Vastu vicharat dhyavate man pavai vishram. Sukh ras swadat sukh upajay anubhav yakau na. What is Atma ka anubhav? It is Vastu Swarup Vichar. Again and again and again and again you do. And man pave vishram. Man is arrested. Now the man does not wander, right? The man focuses on the pure soul. And then ras swadat sukhopuja. You get the atma ka ras and you get the sukh. That is called as atma ka anubhav. Okay, and this anubhav is savikalp or nirvikalp. Does it happen in the mind or in the soul? In the mind is vikalp. In the soul is nirvikalp. So this kind of atma ka anubhav is savikalp or nirvikalp. Previously they told us ekagra chinta nirodho dhyanam. Ek agra. Ek agra means ek agra. Agra means in focus. Only that one and one and one pure soul. The Trikali Dhruv Gyayak is concentrated upon, and all kinds of vikalp, chintaka, nirod. Nirod means arrest. Happens, that is called as dhyan. So our Paramatma is dhyanmay. Our Atma is also dhyanmay. That is why whenever we go somewhere, we tell our people, hey, take care of yourself. Apna dhyan rakhna. So who is the one who is keeping the dhyan? Gavanama unna paathuko. Yara solringa. Gavanama nee unna paathuko. Yeah. Who is the, मतलब मैंने तमिल में वही बात कही, अपना ध्यान रखना, है ना? So who is the one who is going to keep dhyan? Who is the one who is going to keep the gavanam? And on whom you have to keep the gavanam? So are there two people? You
Okay.
take care of yourself. So who is this you and who is this your and who is this self? And what is this dhyan? How we are to take dhyan? है ना? For everything we'll say ध्यान से देखो, ध्यान से गाड़ी चलाओ, ध्यान से काम करना, ध्यान से एग्जाम लिखना, ध्यान से न्यूज देखना. So everywhere dhyan is happening. A hunter is also doing dhyan to target his shikar. An animal who wants to prey, it is also doing dhyan. Everywhere. And for the Prithvi, Appa, Tevu, Vayu, Vanaspati, at the Nesargic level. Nesargic means natural level. They are in a state of mauna, physical level mauna, kind of things. They don't have to do dhyan the way you and I do. A bird does not have to do dhyan to fly. It naturally flies. So in the gyan itself, that what to say, that perfect automation is there is dhyan. But this kind of dhyan will not lead to liberation. The whole universe functions on gyan and dhyan. But somewhere it is intuitive, somewhere it is natural, inborn, inbuilt, and somewhere it is cognitive, intuitive, and all. Okay, so this kind of dhyan, where the soul is the one that is concentrated upon. So the Trikali Dhruv Dravya is the dhyeya, and the act of absorbing in it is dhyan, and the paryay, which is meditating on the dravya, is the dhyata. So this kind of gyan ka gyan is called as dhyan. So what is this gyan? Is it nirvikalp or savikalp? So nirvikalp anubhav is atindriya. It is transcendental. Nirvikalp means transcendental. And indriya means they can only absorb the color, taste, smell, all pudgal things, pudgal related only. They cannot help you to absorb the transcendent. So you need the Shastra Gyan, you need the Dev Guru who can help you to go beyond the Indriya Gyan and go to the transcendental Gyan, which is the nature of the pure soul, which is the eternal nature of the pure soul. So in enlightenment or emancipation, nothing new happens. All that is of the non-soul drops. And what is the original state is realized and manifested. Clear? So many times people say, oh, this is the path of moksha. We are unnecessarily concentrating outside, doing this. So when we read the kartha karma adhikar, the second paper, these things will become more clear. These things will become more clear. So that kartha karma adhikar is an extension of this chapter, we can see. Okay. So मन का धर्म यह है कि अनेक विकल्प करे. मन का काम क्या है? It will always, it is like the monkey, which wants to do something outside. But soul is only a silent witness to all this act of. Okay, चलो. तो यद्यपि जो ज्ञान इंद्रिय मन में, वही ज्ञान अब that ज्ञान which was going behind the इंद्रिय विषय, now that same ज्ञान is, what to say, अब अनुभव में प्रवृत्ता है. Now that ज्ञान is experienced. You sit and do that practical thing, your man is telling one thing and your atma is just watching. Only in what to say, man vachan kai gupti, you can realize what is being spoken about. Now we are only intellectually understanding it, but if you sit and do it practically, that antar muhurat, if you do it consistently, that gyan can become Keval. But first of all, we should know the rightness of Mokshamarga, rightness of the nature of the pure soul. And when what is to happen will happen. We have come on the way. So nishank ho jayega ji, nikanksha, no kanksha, no kanksha, no kanksha, no desire. Even kashai comes means there is no desire to feel guilty about it. There is no desire to get rid of it. In Krambad, it was written, it came, it went off. That time also I was Gyan Swabhav Sada. Yesterday also, today also, tomorrow also Gyan Swabhav. That much of Nishanka. Nishanka means no doubt. So no desire. No doubt, so no desire. All doubts are there, so all desires are. So likewise, ज्ञान को अतीन्द्रिय कहते हैं. Why ज्ञान is अतीन्द्रिय? ठीक है? Now, in this स्वानुभव, in this आत्मा का अनुभव, मति ज्ञान श्रुति ज्ञान है या और some other ज्ञान is there? The question is asking. So he says, this mati shruti jnana happen इंद्रिय मन के अवलंबन के बिना नहीं होता. Do Siddha Bhagwan have mati shruti jnana? No. So in my pure soul also mati shruti is not there. Gyan only is there. And Keval Gyan is also not there right now. But what is common in all the Jeev from Nigodh to Siddha Bhagwan is Gyan. For some it is rightness of Gyan, for some it is Mithya Gyan. For some it is Mati Shrut, for some it is Keval. So Mati Shrut Keval, this difference in Gyan is based on the karma package. Karma jada hai, to Mati Shrut hai. Mati Shrut agyan hai. Gyan samyak ho gaya, to Mati Shrut Gyan ho gaya. And when Mati Shrut Gyan complete ho gaya, to Gyan complete ho gaya, to Keval Gyan. So what is common in all the five Gyan? It is the Gyan Swabhav that is common. That is only the parinamic bhav. Param parinamic bhav, untouched by karma, untouched by kashai, untouched by rebirth, untouched by suffering. Bhagwan Atma, the Trikali, Dhruv, Gyayak, Drovya, parinamic bhav. Okay, it is what it is. It is neither pramat nor apramat. It is ekatva vibhakta, sarvatra sundaro loe. That is why all Tirthankar Bhagwan, Aryan Bhagwan sitting and adoring, absorbed in adoration of it. So we are also pure soul, they are also pure soul. But they realized it, they manifested it, they are happy. We have not realized it, we have not manifested it, so we are unhappy. We have not manifested it also is not the cause of our suffering. We have not realized it only is the cause of. Okay. Chalo. So the Indriya and the Man can only grasp the things which are with form. But the Atma is formless. So you have to go beyond the Indriya and the mind. So यहाँ मन ज्ञान है क्योंकि मन का विषय अमूर्तिक पदार्थ है, मन संबंधी परिणाम. So when this mind, see, I'll tell you one thing. When matter is concentrated in one place, you have the atomic fusion, fission, atomic power. Likewise, when this Gyan becomes concentrated, then the Keval Gyan sprouts, Keval Gyan fountain comes. That is the power of the concentration of Gyan. Power of concentration of Gyan. In my earlier classes, I don't know if I have demonstrated. If I tell you to do Vrikshasana, You all know Vrakshasan, right? You all know Vrakshasan? How to do Vrakshasan? I'll show. You all can see me. You all can see me, right? You all can see me, right? Now, Vrakshasan is on your leg, one on your left leg. I keep my right leg, and this has to go piche. And then I stand, and then I do. Now, if I keep talking, and if I keep thinking, and then I'll be danced. But if I concentrate on one place, I can stand for long. Now I'm just focusing my concentration on the watch I have before me, on one needle, just focusing. And then I just go, not thinking anything. I'm just looking at the watch that is before. And I'm observing the observer. Who is the one who is observing? I am that. So you could see I could stand. Otherwise, I'll go like this. So the power of concentration. At the physical level also, concentration is important. Then at the spiritual level, how much concentration you need? Okay, I did on one leg, so I'll just do on the other leg also. So this is called Kai Klesh Tap. So with Kai Klesh, you develop your concentration. Your concentration, you forget that you have a body. Then Dhyan se nirjara. Dhyan is the only tap. For that Dhyan only, all the other tap are taken. And Kayotsarga. You forget that you have a body. And you concentrate on the concentrating. So without Kai Klesh Tap, Bhed Vigyan bhi nahi hoga. Bhed Vigyan hoga, but Bhed Vigyan ki Purnata will not happen. That's why all our Tirthankar Bhagwan, Bahubali, Gajasukumal, they all took to that Kayotsarg Tap. We are only talking about Atma. We are not doing anything. We are not even moved an inch. From now on, every day you should do your Samayik. You should do your Bhed Vigyan ka Abhyas. Morning, afternoon, evening, night, 10 minutes. Then you will know the challenges, the hurdles, the problems, the experience. All that you have read, you have to put it to practice. Why we are scared? We are scared because Moh is going to lose its ground. This Moh will not allow you to meditate. It's okay. We'll do afterwards. Pramad. It's okay. It will say it's okay. Dinmani says it's not okay. Moh will say it's okay. You can't do fasting, it's okay. You eat in the night, it's okay. You don't do dhyan, it's okay. That is the language of moha. So why we don't do? Because moha is overpowering. We are allowing moha to win over us. So we have to practice. First nirnay that I am Shuddhatma, and then practice being a Shuddhatma. That's all. Theory and practical. Then see the bhed between Gyan Dhara and Karma Dhara. Then you will see whether your Gyan is Mati Gyan or Mati Agyan. If you go behind the Gyeya, then Mati Agyan. You go behind the Gnan, your Mati is right. Your decision you're taking that Gyan is alag, Gye is alag, Shrut Gyan is right. And then you are baking the cake of Keval Gyan. Baking the cake, matlab you are working on your, because it is in Mati Shrut that Keval Gyan is created. Keval Gyan is not there. So not having Keval Gyan is not the cause of bondage. Only wrong Gyan in the wrong direction, not having the knowledge of the seven tattvas, Bhed Vigyan is the cause of bondage. Okay, so Ekagra Chinta Nirodho Dhyanam is told in Tattvartha Sutra, and then in Samayasar Natak, it is Vastu Vicharat Dhyavate. So like that, what to say? So now the man is concentrating on the Swabhav. The man is concentrating on the Swabhav. So, and then finally the man also is diluted. So man is like the ship, the boat, the torch, which brings you to the threshold of the soul. And then it remains outside. You enter the grand palace of the pure soul. Right? It is a boat, it is a vehicle that will help you to come to the threshold through vichar, vikalp, vikalp, vikalp. And then, but the pure soul is beyond vichar and vikalp and vikar. Okay, so now the question. Panditji says, Atma atindriya hai. People are asking him a question. You have raised a question. तुमने लिखा कि आत्मा अतीन्द्रिय है. So अतीन्द्रिय के द्वारा ही you can know it. And you're telling मन अमूर्तिक भी ग्रहण करता है. So in मति श्रुत ज्ञान का विषय सर्वद्रव्य है. तत्वार्थ सूत्र में मति श्रुतयोर निबंधो सर्वद्रव्येष्व असर्वपर्यायेषु. That means through Mati Shrut, you can know all the dravyas, but not all the paryaya. Then Panditji is telling, okay, you have written Pratyaksh Paroksh. So Bhaiji, Pratyaksh Paroksh to Samyakta ke bhed nahi hai. People have raised a question, can Samyakta be Pratyaksh Paroksh, indirect, direct? No. It's only Gyan that can be direct or indirect. So in the fourth Gunasthan, Taik Samyaktva is there. So Samyaktva to Keval is only a Shraddha. Here, see, Samyaktva includes Samyak Darshan, Gnan, Charitra, all the three. But in this context, we have to take only Shraddha. Okay, Shraddha cannot be direct or indirect. So, Nishchay Samyaktva, Pratyaksh Vyavhar Samyaktva Paroksh. You don't have such definitions. You don't have such divisions. There can be Nishchay Samyaktva, Vyavhar Samyaktva. There cannot be Nishchay Gyan or Vyavhar Gyan. Likewise, there cannot be Pratyaksh Paroksh Samyaktva. There can be Pratyaksh Paroksh Gyan. Okay, so people may make a khichdi of all these 4-5 things. So he is clarifying things. Okay, so Samyaktva 3 divisions we have already seen. Upsham, Shaik, because of Mithyatva, ka subsidence, and Kshayupsham is with the Mal, Kyunki Samyaktva Mohaniya, all these things we have already discussed. Okay, so Samyaktva mein Pratyaksh Paroksh bhed cannot be. Now coming to Praman. Praman ke do bhed hai. So what is the meaning of the word Praman? Prakrishtaman is measurement. Is called Praman. Prakrishta way, the highest way of analyzing and reasoning is called Praman, valid knowledge. So this Praman is Samyak Gnan and Pramanabhas is Mithya. Okay, so Mati Shrut Gnan are Paroksha Gnan because they happen with the help of senses and mind. We have seen it in Tattvar Sutra. Okay, and Avadhi Mana Parya Keval Gnan are Atma Pratyaksh. Atma doesn't need the medium of the senses and the mind. And in Tattvar Sutra, you have studied Adye Paroksham Pratyaksham Anya. Out of the 5 types of Gyan, the first 2 are indirect. The indirect means direct to the Indriya, but indirect to the soul through the medium of senses and mind. Whereas Avadhi Mana Parya Keval Gyan, direct to the soul. Okay, Spashta Bhasatmakam Pratyaksham Aspashtam Paroksham. That which is very clear, evident, Pratyaksh to the soul. Spashta Pratibhasa is called Pratyaksh and Aspashta, not so clear, is called as Paroksh. So, Gyan knows the Vishaya very, very clearly. And there is no role for Avdhi Mana Parya Gnan for Samyak Darshan Gnan Charitra. It just happens because of the corresponding Shayopsham of those kind of karma. Okay, so Pratyaksh is of 2 types. Ek Paramartha Pratyaksh and the second is Sam Vyavaharik Pratyaksh. So Paramartha Pratyaksh is Avdhi Mana Parya Keval Gyan and Sam Vyavaharik, somewhat Pratyaksh. That is Mati Shrutna. Then what will come under Paroksh? So Paroksh mein, the next paragraph, Smriti, Pratyabhigyan, Tarka, Anuman, Agam. So Anuman is inference. All our Gnan of Chadmast is either Smriti, Pratyabhigyan, Tark or Anuman. And some based on Agam. Anuman, Praman, what we will say, for example, you see an ambulance going. So what do you infer? that there is a medical emergency, there may be somebody dying or wanting life support system. Did you see that person through your eyes? No. But you saw that in your gyan. So all our gnan is anuman only. Got it? You go and verify and see whether it is anuman or it is something else. Everything is inference only for us. No direct perception, no direct knowledge. Only in Keval Gyan everything is direct. Otherwise, everything is indirect to us. Okay? So, why do you go to your house only every day? Why you don't go to somebody else's house? Because in your smriti, it is there that this is my house. Right? In your smriti, in your memory, everything is well fed. So you remember your name, you remember your house, you remember your people, you remember that you're Atma. Clear? Likewise. Okay? And Smriti, all this we have already studied. Okay? Smriti, Pratyabhigyan, we have studied, so I'm not going to go into it. And then Hetu. Tark means Hetu. You apply the reasoning. You apply the reasoning. Even to write one sentence in your thesis, you do so much of reasoning. Okay? And then you come, Hetu se sadhya vastu ka gyan. Hetu, through reasoning. You infer the existence of fire because of the Hetu of smoke. If some politician is playing all dirty politics, what you will infer? That he will lose the elections next season. Inference hota hai. Based on that only people do all this poll survey and all these kind of things. Their anuman may be right, their anuman may be wrong. Based on some criteria, they do some judgment. If those criteria are wrong, their judgment is wrong. Because pratyaksh to keval gyan ko malum hai na, keval he only knows now. Chadmas cannot. And then agam se jo gyan ho, we are reading the text, we are reading the scriptures. The scriptures talk about Shtadravya. Do you and I have seen the Shtadravya? Except some Pudgal. That to Skandrup, we have not seen the Parmanu. We have not seen Dharmastikaya. So why do we want to see them with these eyes? That much Indriya Gyan is overpowering us. Everything we want to see. Everything we want to prove through this Indriya Gyan. This is a total wrong way of looking at Jains. Everything through science, I will prove it. To scientific. Jainism is scientific. That's a total wrong approach. This is what 99% of the people are doing. Which religion people are trying to prove their religion is scientific? Even though they are not scientific, even though they don't come from Keval Gyan, they are not bent upon proving it. We Jains are bent upon proving. I'm not telling we should blindly follow the religion the way they are doing. It is nice that our children don't blindly follow it. They question. They should be asked to question. But how many people are there to give proper answers to them and put them on the right track? With great difficulty, you're born in Jain Kul. And we are not serious that our children don't do Samaik, don't do Swadhyay, don't do any Vrat Niyam. It's okay. Let them do when they want to do. Leave them. They are our children. Whereas you look at a Muslim or a Christian, that small Muslim boy or girl also will be wearing that skull cap and taking his Quran and going to the madrasa. See what he is doing there and what wrong things they are feeding, that is a different story altogether. But look at the dedication of a Muslim, that the child should wear that their religious identity and do this Quran reading. I'm not praising everything of the Muslims. I will say our Jain children, even if they don't follow Jainism, they are much, much better than the Muslims. At least mithyatva to nahi pal rahe, hinsa to nahi pal rahe. But is it good enough that your children are okay, you're okay with your children just being like that? Why don't we sit and take them and sit and do Swadhyay with them weekly once? Do some prarthana, do some bhajan, do some satsang with them. Is it not our duty to nurture their spiritual quotient also?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know from where this thought came. So Anuman. So all Anuman में सुख मान रहे हैं. Reality का ज्ञान तो किस चिड़िया का नाम है, we don't know. Okay, so स्वानुभव दशा में now they are coming to प्रत्यक्ष परोक्ष प्रमाण के भेद. तो स्वानुभव आत्मा के अनुभव में आत्मा को जो जानते हैं सो श्रुत ज्ञान के द्वारा जानते. Okay, all this आत्मा का अनुभव happens through श्रुत ज्ञान and श्रुत ज्ञान happens मति ज्ञान पूर्वक. Okay, mind is Indriya and mind is mati gyan. That is why an asangi jeev cannot rationalize, cannot contemplate on the nature of reality. He is living at that 1, 2, 3, 4 Indriya level only, 5 Indriya level, but no mind to think. To think means to contemplate on reality. So they are not eligible for Samyak Darshan. So the eligibility for Samyak Darshan starts with Sangi Panchendriya Manushya, one who rationalizes. Who am I? From where have I come? What am I doing? What is my purpose in life? They will only go further. So, and Mati and Shrut are Paroksh. So is Swanubhav Paroksh? First of all, they told Swanubhav happens through Mati Shrut. And Mati Shrut are Paroksh. So Swanubhav is Paroksh. So, or Atma is Pratyaksh. Understood the question? Understood the question? Okay. And Avdi Mana Paryagnan, know only the things with form. So there is no role for Avdi Mana Parya for Samyak Darshan. And Keval Gyan is the end product of Samyak Darshan. Right? Siddhavastha, Keval Gyan is a final outcome of this application of Mati Shrut Gnan. So that cannot help us. So who can help us? So now they are telling आत्मा को स्पष्ट भली भांति नहीं जानता, इसलिए वहां पर पारमार्थिक प्रत्यक्षपना is not there. The real pratyaksh is not here. From 4th to 12th gunasthan. What is there till 12th gunasthan is Anuman Gyan. And that should become clearer and clearer and clearer for Keval Gyan to happen. That is why we read the Agam again and again and again to reinforce the faith in our Anuman Gyan. Again and again and again we read so that Anuman mein, that inference mein, it becomes clear and clear and clear and clear. And one fine day it becomes pratyaksh. This Anuman Gyan ka abhyas is Samayik, is Pratikraman, is Paushad, etc. etc.
So even
Okay.
Shaik Samyak is also the same, huh?
Yes, same. Till 12th Gunasthan, everything is Paroksh. Everything is Anuman. Paroksh means Mati, Shruta, and Spriti, Pratyabhigyan, Tark, Anuman, Agam. Till 12th Gunasthan. Now in Anuman, it has become so clear. Now the Jeev is not interested in anything other than the Gyan Swabha. Even if the Loka Gyan comes, it will not be interested. That much of Vitaragata has happened. So now the Gyan is, all the moh is gone. Now Gyan becomes Keval. केवल ज्ञान का काम करो, केवल ज्ञान हो जाए. But you go behind keval gyan and don't do this keval, do matlab experience this keval gyan. We are doing gyanavarniya karma ka bandha, all the 4 ghati karma ka bandha. I hope things are becoming clearer what they are trying to say.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so how we know things through our eyes. Okay, through our eyes we know the pen, we know the mobile, we know the things before us. Like that, do we know the Atma in an Atma ka anubhav ke time mein? They say no. It's only an ehsas. It's only a pratiti. It's only a tonadal. Okay? It is all in Anuman Gyan. So, that Indriya Pratyaksh, okay, that we have to see the Putgal things. So, here it is called as even this Atma ka Anubhav cannot be called as Samvyavarik Pratyaksh. How I can see this watch clearly through my samvyavarik indriya gyan? Can I see the Atma like this? No. Why? Because Atma is the seer. It is the knower. It is not the thing that is seen like a pudgal. Okay, so we cannot call it as samvyavarik pratyay. Now, what is left with us is agam, अनुमान आदि परोक्ष ज्ञान से आत्मा का अनुभव होता है. जैन आगम में आत्मा का स्वरूप है कि आई एम अ प्योर सोल, है ना, मुझ में ज्ञान है, जहां जहां ज्ञान है वहां. तो आत्मा एंड ज्ञान आर what you call it as क्या बोलते हैं उसको, इक्विवेलेंट. जहां जहां ज्ञान है वहां वहां आत्मा है, जहां जहां आत्मा है वहां वहां ज्ञान. what do you call this one term? No, I can't find right now. तो कैसे बोलेंगे मैथ्स के टर्मिनोलॉजी में? wherever there is gyan, there is atma. Wherever the, like for example, sugar is there. So can the sweetness of the sugar be outside the sugar?
It's
No, no. So
proportional, madam.
huh?
Proportional. Proportional. It's called proportional.
नहीं, proportional नहीं है.
Inverse variation.
नहीं
Directly.
नहीं
Reciprocal, ma'am.
नहीं 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 नहीं. Wherever there is atma, there is gyan. Both are
Equivalent. Equivalent.
equivalent भी नहीं बोलेंगे.
Okay.
इक्विवेलेंट बोलना हो तो बोल दीजिए, इक्वल भी नहीं बोल सकते. पता नहीं क्या.
Comparatively equal.
बट आप लोग समझ गए ना मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ. Wherever there is
हाँ,
fire, there is heatness.
Integral, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Integral. Combined.
No, I want to say both are equi something. Both are equi something. I'll give you one example. Just imagine that this paper is Atma. Okay, Atma ke Pradesh. Okay, so can we say in the first line Gyan is there, in the second line Darshan is there, in the third Pradesha Sukh is there, in the fourth somewhere dot Virya is there. Is it like that?
Ma'am, is it analogous?
What is the meaning of the word analogous?
Analogous is almost what you're saying.
Like.
It is like.
Like.
It's where this is, that is there.
Ah,
It's
if that is the meaning, then correct. Where this is, that is there. Okay, wherever there is Atma, there is Gyan. Where there is Gyan, there is Atma. Although in Atma there are Anant Gun like Gyan. So, what I was telling, is it like this that Atma is like one paper, one side is Gyan, one side is Darshan? Or Atma is like a body, in the hand Gyan, in this hand Darshan, in the nose Sukh, in the eyes V. Is it like that? I've explained this already. If somebody can repeat. Is it like that? How it is? What has been taught to you?
It
Can
is
you
shaped like
recall?
formless. It is
Atma is formless. Atma is not like paper or hand. But what I'm trying to say, is it like that?
Each Pradesh has all the characters, all the gunas in it.
The avibhag pratiched ansh, the minutest division of the Pradesh, that Shakti ka ansh of the Atma is having all the Ananta Gun. Like if a mirror is broken, every bit of the mirror has the property to reflect.
It's representative of the whole.
Yes. So what is there in one Atma Pradesh is there in the whole Atma. So if you know one drop of the ocean, you know the whole ocean. So if you know this Gyan Swabhav, you know all the Atma ke Pradesh, Atma ka pranjal Gyan se bana hua. Understand? And oneness with that. Then, and the Gyan is self-sufficient in itself. Then that Gyan is called as Swanubhav. Okay. So now they're asking ki Jain Agam mein, what I wanted to say, I have given you the example of the pav bhaji. You add 20 vegetables and 30 masalas and make the pav bhaji. So in one small bit of the pav bhaji, all the 50 ingredients are there or not,
Yes, yes.
right? All the 50 are there or not. They taste the salt, you taste the mirchi, you taste the masalas. Everything का स्वाद अलग 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 आपको आता है. गरम मसाला तेज हो गया, मिर्ची तेज हो गया, नमक कम हो गया. In that little thing, all the 50 are there. Likewise, in Atma's each Pradesh, what is there? Gyan, Darshan, Sukh, Virya, Gyan, Darshan, Sukh, Virya, Astitva, Vastutva, Dravyatva, Prameyatva, Pradeshatva, Aguru Lagutva, Sarvagyatva, Sarvadarshitva, Chiti Shakti, Gyan Shakti, all the 47 Shaktis. So when one Pradesh is like this, then the whole Atma is like this, and that too Sadakal. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, always I am like this only. So Nishanka. So no Kanksha. You understand? Samyak to kya atam. So Vatsalya, so Prabhavna, so Sthiti Karan. All happen. When you realize this pure soul like this. Okay? So wherever there is Gyan, there is Atma. Wherever there is Atma, there is Gyan. Because Gyan is a gun. Atma is a guni. Sugar, wherever there is sugar, there is sweetness. Where there is sweetness, there is sugar. You can't separate them both. They are only to make us understand, we say sugar, sweetness. But actually, if you go near the sugar, can you separate them both? No. Likewise, to make us understand the Atma, they say Gyan, Darshan, Sukh, Virya. But when you go near, you experience the Nirvikalp state. Right? So that Gyan, Sukh, Virya, everything will become Pratyaksh only in Keval Gyan. Now it is all Anuman Praman. And when you do the Atma ka Anubhav, you don't experience Gyan, Darshan, Sukh, Virya separately. If you go behind the Gun and you forget the Guni, you are going in Vikalp. You can't go in Nirvikalp. But Nirvikalp only is Dhyan. Are you able to follow? Are you
Yes,
able to
ma'am.
follow the
Yes, yes,
discussion?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, 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 जैसे सिद्धाधिक है वहां जहां आत्मा नहीं है वहां ज्ञान भी नहीं है. लाइक अ डेड बॉडी. तो डेड बॉडी मीन्स आत्मा नहीं है तो ज्ञान भी नहीं है. ज्ञान नहीं है वहां पर, इसलिए हम कहते हैं आत्मा नहीं. He is not able to cognize, he is not reacting, he is not responding to anything, he is not showing any symptoms, signs of cognition. So we say Atma is not there in a dead body. Okay. So likewise, अनुमान के द्वारा वस्तु का निश्चय करके उसमें परिणाम मग्न करता है. So अनुमान परोक्ष प्रमाण कहा जाता है. In our anuman only, it's all an assumption only, it's an anuman only. But it should be right. If your anuman is right, it is samyak darshan jnan. If your anuman is wrong, it is mithya darshan jnan. People do this anuman. I will do upvas, I will do tapasya, I will get samyak darshan keval gyan. Anuman is wrong. I'll do 10 pages swadhyay, I'll do 10 years of diksha, I will get keval gyan. Wrong anuman. So your objective is wrong, so your achievement is wrong. If your objective is right, your achievement is right. If your anuman is right, it is praman. If your anuman is wrong, it is pramana bhas. It looks like praman, but it is not praman. It looks like valid knowledge, but it is not valid knowledge. Today, no, Panditji told a very nice thing. I would like to share that with you. Give me 1 minute. And they have uploaded the videos of 22nd and 23rd. Today, they did not do the recording in the morning. I don't know why.
Thank you, ma'am.
In which channel, ma'am?
Sumat Prakash. Pandit Sumat Prakash. Or just put Sumat Prakash. Mumukshu ka Shraddhan. And Atma mein Aram. So Atma Ram. These two titles, I just saw it today. Because I listened to his lectures, no? तो वो आ गया था. YouTube देखते समय शाम को. Okay. So what one nice thing he told today is, what did he say? What, in what context I wanted to tell you? Can you tell me the context in which I just...
So
Hmm?
we mentioned
Anuman is Paroksh.
All the Swanubhav is from Anuman only until Keval
Yes,
Gyan.
yes. So one thing he told is, listen carefully. जैसा लगता है वैसा श्रद्धान करना, या जैसा है वैसा श्रद्धान करना. ஓகே, எப்படி தோணுதோ அது நம்பர் தான், இல்ல எது உண்மையா அது நம்பர் தான். समझ में आ गया? I told in Hindi and in Tamil because I can't tell in English.
वैसा है वैसे ही श्रद्धान करना
है ना? जैसा
That is
है
true.
वैसा श्रद्धान करे तो सम्यक ज्ञान, बट जैसा है वैसा श्रद्धान नहीं करे तो मिथ्यात्व एंड अज्ञान. नाउ आत्मा जैसा है कैसा है? ज्ञाता दृष्टा अकर्ता है. Okay, Atma is of the nature of knower, seer and non-doer of anything man, vachan, kaya activity. ऐसा श्रद्धा करे, I am this kind of soul, then only you become a kriya. Then you go beyond mind, body, speech. You remain a knower and seer. And then that knower and seer would manifest completely as it is. It becomes keval gyan, keval. Keval gyan, gyan, gyan. Keval darshan, darshan. That is what is happening in moksha. No, I'll go to moksha first, then I will do this job. It is like, I will reach the second floor, then I will climb the staircase. समझ में आया the mistake that we are making? है ना?
Yes,
So you
ma'am.
have to experience that soul here perfectly to enjoy being in it for eternity. That is moksha. Marga and moksha. No, I want moksha, but I don't want to come on moksha marga. That means your shraddhan is wrong. You are not a mumukshu. You are not a mumukshu. You are assuming that you are a mumukshu. So your assumption is wrong. So your objective, you will never realize. You matlab, that jeev will never realize. So then he said that agyan is of anant types. Agyan is of anant types. But agyan is of one kind. One kind and anant prakar hai. Anant jeev have anant types of agyan. And what is that agyan related to? How the reality is, they don't assume it that way. Assume means apne paas, they don't infer it that way. They infer according to their whims and fancies. So that agyan is of anant types. Wrong determination of the reality. Reality means jivadi tattva, bondage, liberation, all those things. So agyan is only one. Hence, Mokshamarga is very simple. But it is told in many, many ways because there are so many types of agyani and mithya drishtis. So the nirupan is never ending in Jainism. Nirupan means the discourses on it are never ending. Hence, we need the 4 anuyogas to interpret the injunctions of the agamas correctly. So you find lot of varnan. Kathan Sheli may be antar. I told yesterday, no, kasha, if you take one kasha, you have to look at it from 4 anuyog point of view. Somewhere they'll say kasha is good, somewhere they'll say not good. Somewhere they'll say atma is not doing kasha only. All kinds of statements you'll find. But if you don't know that which anuyog interpretation this is, you will tell, oh, this Jinwani is bakwas. Kabhi bolta aisa hai, kabhi bolta वैसे. Kya bolta hai, inko hi nahi मालूम. Pagal ke jaise. People have branded Jains like this. Shankaracharya and all have told. JP Jains don't know what they are talking. They'll say this is also right, that is also. This is also correct. They don't know Syadvad, they don't know Anekantvad, they don't know Vastu Vyavastha, they don't know Keval Gyan, and they call themselves religionists. Okay, I'm not there to comment on them. I'm here only to finish the portions. Okay, so understood अनुमान प्रमाण स्मृति सविकल्प निर्विकल्प जानने में विशेष नहीं है तो अधिक आनंद कैसे होता है? नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन ही सेज सविकल्प निर्विकल्प जानने का विशेष आनंद. Now he says in the savikalpa dasha, lot of gay are there in the gyan, and the gyan will bypass all the gaya and focus on the gyan. Then it becomes nirvikalp. Understood? It will bypass. Bypass means आपने कहा ना अर्पित अनर्पित सिद्धे है उस ज्ञान की सिद्धि कर प्रसिद्धि करता है सिद्धि करता है. So निर्विकल्प दशा में only the Atma is known. In the Savikalp Dasha, the Atma and the other Geya are also known. First Visheshta. Second Visheshta, that the Parinam which was having many Vikalp, many thoughts, now the focus is on one and one only. So the Gyan becomes concentrated. So it is Vishesh. So it is Nirvikalp. So it is Atindriya. Now he is asking a question. अनुभव में तो आत्मा परोक्ष ही है, बट ग्रंथों में दे से अनुभव इज प्रत्यक्ष. व्हाट इज दिस? व्हाट इज दिस? पचक्को अनुभवो जम्हा. Somewhere they are telling pratyaksh, you are telling it is paroksh. What am I to understand? Understand? It's a very valid question. Now samadhan. Now what he is giving one beautiful example over here. A blind man tastes kalkand, mishri. A blind man tastes kalkand, mishri. So blind man is getting the correct taste of that mishri. But does he know the color, etc. of the mishri? So for him that mishri ka anubhav is pratyaksh. Mishri ka anubhav is pratyaksh. But the mishri ka, the kalkand ka shape, etc. is paroksh. Right? Indriya related only. In the same way, प्रत्यक्ष की ही भांति उसे प्रत्यक्ष है. Like the प्रत्यक्ष, only that कलकंड का मिश्री का स्वाद is प्रत्यक्षवत है उसको. But there will not be total clarity about that mishri. He only knows the taste of it, but the other details of that mishri he doesn't know. Likewise, atma ka anubhav is pratyaksh, but the details are not there. Complete details like that a Keval Gyani has are not there with the Shruta Kevali. The Shruta Kevali's Gyan is based on the Agam Gyan. It is Pratyakshavat, but not Pratya, like a Kevali's Atma ka Anubhav. Shruta Kevali ka Anubhav is like you saw the chappals outside the house and you inferred the guests inside. That is Pratyakshavat. Like Pratyaksh, you could infer the guests inside, seeing so many chappals outside. But when you go inside and see the guests exactly as they are present over there, that's a different experience. So till the 12th Gunasthan, it will be inference. But that inference has to match what is inside. If that Anuman is right, the Gyan of the guests inside is right. But if we look at the chappals and he said the Prime Minister is inside the house. So wrong, no. As he is not able to connect. So this is what we are going to read in Pariksha Mukh. And Pariksha Mukh is all Nyayika Granth. So we'll read there more about it. So this is clear. So Agam, Anuman and all are Anuman, Agam, Gyan se Anuman hota hai. Anuman Pratyakshvat hota hai. But Pratyaksh hone mein, Atma Pratyaksh hone mein time lag. Okay? Now they're giving another example. Supposing in your dream, you saw some figure. You saw some figure in your dream. And in your dream, it was Pratyakshvat. As if you were face to face with that person or whatever. Okay? But when you wake up, what happens to that experience? It's gone. It's gone, right? So वो प्रत्यक्षवत, I saw that person in my dream. I saw that person in my dream. So you can say to an extent that statement is correct. To an extent that statement is correct. But if you go closely examine, did you really see that man? Or you saw it only in your unconscious state as a flash in your dream? So even though the dream is like pratyaksh, it is not pratyaksh. So likewise, we all are in very deep spiritual slumber. Even though every moment Atma ka anubhav is happening, pratyaksh ho raha hai, Atma ka anubhav pratyaksh ho raha hai. But because the paroksha gnan, the mati gnan is overpowering that simple gyan swabhav, so we are not able to separate both of them. And so our gyan is full khichdi, mithya gyan, agyan, all those kind of things. So now he says, अनुभव कौन से गुण स्थान में होता है? आत्मा का अनुभव कौन से गुण? He says in the fourth गुण स्थान. And परंतु चौथे में तो बहुत काल के अंतराल से होता है, ऊपर के गुण स्थान में शीघ्र शीघ्र. So supposing you got आत्मा का अनुभव at the age of 8, you may not get it till the age of 80 again. You may lose it. But in the higher gunasthan, the Atma ka anubhav is more, the frequency is more. So the nirjara is more. The steadiness is more. Here they are giving one example. There are two people. You call one person by the name, and the other person you don't call him by the name. So will they both have the same kind of concentration in your class? For example, in your class, Suresh and Ramesh, two people are there. But after every sentence, you say, Suresh, do you understand? Suresh, are you there? So even if Suresh wants to get distracted, he can't get distracted. But Ramesh, what happens to Ramesh? His concentration will be less. So likewise, यहाँ पर in the higher gunasthan level, the concentration is more. In the lower gunasthan, the concentration is less. So here the vikalpa are more, there the vikalpa are less. So as you go higher and higher, it becomes beyond vikalp. Like when the teacher is not calling out Ramesh's name. So Ramesh will have all the vikalp. The teacher is biased, the teacher likes Suresh, she doesn't like me, she doesn't understand what she's doing. Naam ki teacher hai, all vikalp will disturb him. But Suresh ko, not much vikalp will disturb. He has to concentrate on what the teacher is doing. So likewise, it happens on the higher gunasthan. So निर्विकल्प अनुभव में कोई विकल्प नहीं होता. And that is शुक्ल ध्यान का भेद नंबर 2. पृथकत्व वितर्क विचार is first, and पृथकत्व वितर्क निर्विचार. Where this artha vyanjana yoga sankraman, all that we have studied in Shukla Dhyan, I've explained it, so you will read it again. Okay, so Kathan, now they're telling the answer for the above question can be said in two ways, Sthul Roop and Sukshma Roop. So Sthul Roop mein, at the gross level, the Samyak Darshan and all these things happen. Likewise, Brahmacharya at the gross level happens in 6th Gunasthan. But as long as the Veda Mohaniya Karma is there in the 9th Gunasthan, you cannot say complete Brahmacharya Avastha is there. Likewise, the Nirvikalpa Dasha starts in the 4th, but the perfection of it happens in the 12th Gunasthan, last moment. Okay, so Nirvikalpa Anubhav ka Swarup. Now next they are telling another very beautiful thing, that they are giving 3. Now the Panditji is telling to those letter people who have written the letter, Bhaiji, you have written about 3 Drishtant. But Drishtant have their limitations. Drishtant have to, you have to go beyond the Drishtant. So he says, Duj ka Chandrama, you know the waxing and waning of the moon. The second phase of the bright fortnight, the second day, is called as Dvitiya ka Chandrama. Dvitiya ka Chandrama. Then a Jalabindu, water dew drop. And third is Agni Kanika, spark of fire. But this Dvitiya Chandrama is a part of the full moon, no? Puran Masika Chandra. And the Jalbindu is a part of the ocean. And that spark of fire is a part of that Agni Kunda. Agni Kunda. In the same way, in the fourth Gunasthan, the Jnanadi Gun are like that Duj ka Chandrama, Jalabindu, Agni Kanika. They cannot destroy the complete darkness. That Agni, spark of fire, cannot destroy the darkness. It has to become a flame of fire. And that flame of fire is the Keval Gyan ka flame. Keval Gyan ka flame is burning in the soul. Not that Keval Gyan which Bhagwan is having. Not that Keval Gyan. Keval Gyan ka. Now that Gyan has become like a flame. And this flame destroys all the karmas. Okay? So, and now this happens in the 13th Gunasthan. The Agni Kanika was in the 4th Gunasthan. Now the flame, the Agni of Gyan, Tap ki Agni, Dhyan ki Agni, has made it a fine flame of fire which will never be extinguished. That is a Kshait Samya. So 13th Gunasthan mein, the Atma ka Gyan Adi Gun has become like the Puran Masika Chandra, like the Mahasamudra, like the Agni Kunda. That is in the 13th. But how did it become? First, it was like a spark. Then that spark, Dhyan, Tap ki Agni, it became. So, Drishtant are always limited. तो जितने भी अव्रत सम्यक दृष्टि के प्रकट हुए हैं, इन अव्रत जितने भी गुण are not manifest in avrati samyak drishti, they all manifest for a 13th gunasthan virati samyak drishti. But what he is telling here is whether it is Duj ka, Dvitiya ka Chandrama or Puran Masi ka Chandrama, they are all a part of Chandrama. Likewise, whether Jalabindu or Jala Samudra, what is a common factor? Jala. Whether spark or flame, what is a common factor? Fire. Likewise, whether Samyak Gyan or Keval Gyan, common is Gyan. Gyan Swabhav. So the Gyan Swabhav is complete in itself. It doesn't need Keval Gyan to become complete. When you realize that मैं ज्ञानानंद स्वभावी हूं, मैं हूं अपने में स्वयं पूर्ण, पर की मुझ में कुछ गंध नहीं, there is only reflection of other things, there is no other thing in my gyan, I am complete in my itself, then that gyan becomes samyak gyan and keval gyan. And both are of the same jati. Gyan bolo, samyak gyan bolo, keval gyan bolo, same jati. But gyan is the raw material. Samyak gyan is the first fruit of it and keval gyan is the last fruit. But the base is Gyan, Swabhav, Atma. Okay? So, एक जाति है. So, जिस प्रकार केवली knows all the सर्वज्ञेय, fourth गुणस्थान वाला भी आत्मा को प्रत्यक्ष जानता होगा. He is asking a question now. Just as a Kevali Bhagwan knows all the things pratyaksh, does the fourth Gunasthan wala know them pratyaksh? He says, Bhai ji, pratyakshta ki apeksha ek jati nahi hai. Here it is paroksh, there pratyaksh. But samyak gyan ki apeksha, both are of the same jati. Here mati shrut, there keval gyan, here paroksh, there pratyaksh. Yahan ek desh, wahan sarva desh. Yahan part, there whole. Okay? Difference is there, but it is of the same jati. So Ashtash Sahasri says that what to say? Shrutagnan and Keval Gyan know the tattvas as they are, but Kevali Bhagwan, Keval Gyan knows it pratyaksh, Shrutagyan knows it through paroksh. So Nishchay, now he is asking another question. Nishchay samyaktva, vyavhar samyaktva. But try to understand that सम्यक्त्व के व्यवहार सब अन्य काल में अंतरंग गर्भित है, सदैव गमन रूप है. So Vyavahar and Nishchay go hand in hand. So now he's asking, ki Atma ko now when you know the Atma directly, why you cannot know the Karman Vargana directly? Why you cannot know the Karman Vargana directly? Can anybody see any Karman Vargana? Even the finest microscope you cannot see. No scientist can ever see. Why? Because वो केवल ज्ञान का विषय है. It is that fine. It is that fine that only a Kevali Gyan. So Keval Gyani knows things that are sukshma. You and I know things that are gross. Because Indriya can only catch things that are gross. And that subtle thing, that sukshma thing we have to understand. For that we need the Agam Gyan to go to that sukshma level. Okay? Then he says, Chandrama ki bhanti Atma ke pradesh thode se khule kaho. Just as the Chandrama, second day Chandrama, little you see, no. So little Atma ka pradesh are open, all the others are covered. This is the question. See what all kind of funny questions he asks. He says, ये दृष्टांत की अपेक्षा नहीं लेना, गुणों की अपेक्षा लेना. In the दृष्टांत they say that the Chandrama is seen little, but here you have to understand that ज्ञान आदि गुण आत्मा में थोड़ा खुला हुआ है, बाकी सारा obscured है. And the more and more you focus on the Gyan Swabhav, the obscuring will keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. So no more new obscuring happening. And you're only interested in the Gyan. You're not interested in the Gyeya. So Moh is also annihilated. Gyanavarni is also checked. What remains is the Keval Gyan Swabhav of the Jeev. Okay? Now he says that whatever answers I've given according to my buddhi. You should read the Jinvani and you should try to match whatever I have told. But one thing I would like to say that, when we meet only we can discuss deeper things. Everything cannot be written down in pen and paper. And to meet is all karmic destiny. है ना? मिलना तो कर्माधीन है. So better it is, he's telling last sentence. चैतन्य स्वरूप के अनुभव का उद्यमी रहना. No, what to say? Do the Purusharth of Chaitanya Swarup ka Anubhav. Okay. You have written a letter. I've tried to give the reply. But when we meet, I can throw light more on things. But in writing, I can write only this much. And then he says, in the present times, Adhyatma Tattvato is present in Atma Khyati, Samayasar Granth ki टीका, अमृत चंद्र आचार्य की संस्कृत टीका में है. Agam ki church and Agam, other than Adhyatma, Karnanuyog, everything is there in Gomatsar and other granthas. So, जो जानते हैं वह सब लिखने में आवे नहीं. Whatever I know, I cannot write everything. So, what you should do is Adhyatma तथा Agam grantha abhyas should happen and Swarup Anand में मग्न रहना. Enjoy being with the pure soul. And then you have written, तुमने विशेष ग्रंथ जाने हो सो मुझको लिख भेजना. Then he is telling, if you have read anything extra, anything nice, anything unique, anything outstanding, please write a word about it. Sadharmi people are only interested in the Gyan Charcha. Okay. I don't have much expertise, but people like you, when you raise a question, so it becomes a long discussion. So keep writing the letters, keep discussing. And this letter was written in 1811 Vikram Samvat. Okay.
Ma'am, what is the meaning of Udyami, ma'am?
उद्यम यानी पुरुषार्थी. पुरुषार्थ करना, उद्यम करना, उज्जमा. Okay, this is Rahasyapurna Chitti for you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. But you know, the other two Banarsi Das thing is not in the English translation.
Take it from the Tamil or Hindi.
Tamil also not there, ma'am.
Only Hindi has.
Yeah.
Embrace Hindi.
Okay. Shall we take the second
We are
paper?
having, we are
Yes,
having a
second
very
paper.
political charcha in Tamil Nadu about
About?
Hindi. He
Picking
says
up
learn
Hindi.
Hindi.
I know.
Shobhaji, I'll
Bad thing.
translate it to English.
Thank you, Bharatji. Thank you.
If you trust me.
I'm sure.
Ma'am, I had a question before we go on to the next one.
Hmm.
So in this chithi, they're saying that initially you experience the Atmanubhav through mind because mind can cognize abstract or formless object. Now that I believe is from the perspective of thoughts. Now what I would what confusion is that even the thoughts we process as in the form of words or in form of pictures. So how would we conclude the formlessness as a way of understanding through mind?
That's what I said, Anuman, inference.
So that would be inference only then.
Just like previously you have the knowledge of fire and smoke.
Yeah.
Then you see the smoke. Then you
Right.
infer that fire is there. And that fire is आपका ज्ञान का creation है. आपके
Right.
ज्ञान में fire create हुआ.
Right.
That's why we spoke about ज्ञानाकार, ज्ञेयाकार,
Yeah. Yeah.
all those kind of things.
But that is only for something that we have smruti of or memory of, right? So with the
Yes.
Atma, it is an abstract concept. How would you cognize it through mind then, if it's an abstract concept?
See, Atma is Gyan Swabhav.
Yeah.
And that Gyan is abstract in nature. And
Yeah.
in the Gyan, the Gney keep coming and going.
Yeah.
So ये जो ज्ञान हो रहा है, ये गुण को देख करके गुणी का निर्णय करते हैं.
Okay.
You know, like for example, you want to make your milk sweet.
Yeah.
Then you will think of sugar. Why only sugar? Why not anything else? Because
Right.
sugar has that gun. So gun se your objective of making the milk sweet is happening.
Okay.
So likewise, गुणों को देखकर गुणी का निर्णय होता है, क्योंकि गुणी के बिना गुण कहाँ.
Right.
ऐसे ही धर्मी के बिना धर्म कहाँ. धर्मी is that आत्मा का अनंत गुणों का अभेद पिंड is धर्मी. So
Yeah.
when you look at it, सम्यक दर्शन ज्ञान चारित्र धर्म happens. And it is abstract, it is formless.
Right.
But it is there. So ये जो ज्ञान है ना, वही तो क्वेश्चन सब कर रहा है और
Yeah.
उसको स्वयं के अस्तित्व में शंका हो रही है.
Right.
Like somebody went to somebody, कोई महापुरुष के पास गया और बोला कि मुझे आत्मा का अनुभव करना है. Then he said नहीं हो सकता, जाओ. बोला but I heard that you can help me in doing it. Okay, then he takes him to a river or a fish pond or whatever it is. And now he tells that person, now this fish that is in water is asking where is the water. The fish is asking where is the water. But without the water, the fish cannot exist. So like that, without the dharmi, this gyan gun
Not.
is not there. ऐसा हमें अनुमान में लग करना है. ऐसे अनुमान करते 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 वो प्रत्यक्ष हो जाएगा.
Okay.
वो जैसा है वैसा हो जाएगा. वह हो जाएगा मतलब अनुभव में आ जाएगा. टिल देन मन का ही काम होगा.
Okay.
बट पहले ही वी हैव टू डिटरमाइन कि इट इज बियॉन्ड मन की बात हो रही है. मन इज ओनली अ टूल which will take me there, and then finally it's very simple example Pandit ji gives. Before eating a rasgulla you'll have all vikalp, but at the time of the experience it is a nirvikalp bhav.
Yeah.
If you experience any vikalp at the time of eating that rasgulla, then you cannot enjoy that rasgulla.
Right.
At that time it is only that. But before that, all vikalp. But when you're enjoying that rasgulla, that particular moment, there will be no thought. It's only that anand, that ecstasy or whatever.
Yeah. Got it, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, I have a question, ma'am. Can I?
Okay.
Yeah. We often refer to intuitions. So how would you say intuitions are, they come from the soul or they come from the mind?
Which intuitions are you talking about?
No, we often talk about, I had an intuition for something, for example,
Like premonition, some premonition?
yeah, premonitions, or even for example, someone is likely to be at our place, or something is likely to happen. We
Hmm.
said, abhas hota hai, that I
Hmm.
thought that this is going to happen. So,
Hmm.
is that, would you say that comes in from the mind?
I can
No.
say,
Yeah.
वो जो आभास होता है, intuitiveness होता है,
Mhm.
that exhibits the purity of the ज्ञान.
Okay.
That exhibits the purity of the ज्ञान.
Mhm.
That exhibits the purity of the ज्ञान. जब आपको इंट्यूशन हो जाता है कि अभी मेरी डेथ हो जाएगी, या एक्सीडेंट हो सकता है, या कुछ हो सकता है ना, तो वो ज्ञान को पहले से एहसास हो जाता है जो फ्यूचर में होने वाला, वो ज्ञान लेवल में ही होता है.
So
और
it is at the mental level.
कभी माइंड को पता चल जाता है, कभी नहीं पता चल जाता. Many times it so happens that the subconscious mind knows lot of things, but it doesn't register in the conscious mind. तो ये ज्ञान की पर्याय है, ज्ञान का ही काम है, वो ज्ञान का ही काम है.
So it is from the mind and not from the soul.
No, it is from the soul only.
Oh, okay.
वो ज्ञान का जो परिणमन है, वो तो आत्मा का परिणमन है, बट उस ज्ञान में पर पदार्थ है, वो पुद्गल है. है ना, तो इट इज द इंट्यूटिवनेस ऑफ अदर इवेंट्स और अदर थिंग्स. तो वो पर का रियलाइजेशन, पर का एहसास हो रहा है. आत्मा निश्चिंत नहीं है, निर्विकल्प नहीं है. वहां राग है, वहां द्वेष है, वहां विकार है, वहां आकुलता है.
Sure.
सब हो सकता है. इवन जाति स्मरण ज्ञान इज ऑल, ये मति ज्ञान के ही भेद है. ये सब मति ज्ञान का ही भेद है. तो ये पूरा मति ज्ञान का भेद बोल दीजिए, या ज्ञान का ही भेद बोल दीजिए, नो प्रॉब्लम. मति ज्ञान is also ज्ञान only, no, but there you need the two medium of indriya and mind. See, mind cannot cognize things. Mind is only the channel through which the cognition operates. जैसे आपके घर में वायर है, so wire is not electricity, so the mind is like the wire, but the current that flows inside is the ज्ञान. इसलिए आप उसको मन का बोलिए या ज्ञान का बोलिए, कोई फर्क नहीं बात.
Right. Okay.
I'll tell you
Sure.
one more thing. When the mind concentrates outside, it is called mind. But when the same mind concentrates inside, it becomes consciousness. It becomes चेतन.
Sure. Right.
है ना? जब
Yeah.
ज्ञान बहिर्मुखी है, तो वो इंद्रिय ज्ञान है. वही ज्ञान जब अंतर्मुखी हो जाता है, तो वो अंतरात्मा हो जाएगा.
Sure. Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
your mind may have lot of thoughts, but who is the one knowing all the thoughts? That knower is ज्ञान का परिणामन. And the mind thinking different thoughts is मन वचन काय योग का परिणामन. This is what Pandit ji told yesterday. You know, whatever good rituals or deeds we do is all मन वचन काय योग का परिणामन. 12 भावना का चिंतन योग का परिणामन. है ना, अच्छा बिजनेस करो, दान करो, व्रत करो, तप करो, नियम करो, ऑल मन वचन काय योग का परिणामन. जो आत्मा का अनुभव है, वो आत्मा का परिणामन है. वो ज्ञान दर्शन सुख वीर्य, वो आत्मा का परिणामन. एंड दैट आत्मा का परिणामन इज कॉल्ड चारित्र, एंड मन वचन काय योग का परिणामन इज आचरण. एंड पंडित जी टोल्ड द होल वर्ल्ड इज preoccupied with आचरण को सुधारो. But Jainism says श्रद्धा को ठीक करो, अपनी समझ को ठीक करो. The whole world will say do this, don't do this, and he told us that nowhere any Tirthankar has told do this, don't do this. He told one line today. What did he say? He said, if you have wrong parinaman, durgati. You have right parinaman, sugati. Nowhere he told do this, don't do this. All that is told in Charananuyog is written by the later acharyas.
Sure.
He
Right.
never told people do this, don't do this, because doing anything is a limitation. And the Atma is beyond any limitation. He only said apne parinam ko samjho. He told that very beautifully. आप उसका उनका lecture सुन लेना. Tirthankar never spoke about do's and don'ts. This is the line. आत्मा को जानने वाले के परिणाम are right और आत्मा को नहीं जानने वाले के all परिणाम are wrong. खोटे. एक खरा है, एक खोटा है. One is 24 karat gold, one is pittal.
Sure.
If you know the Atma, then you know the Gyan Darshan ka Parinaman, then all your Parinaman are justified. Ragdvesh is also justified. Ye karm ka uday bol ke justified. But if you don't know the Atma and you are only worried about the do's and don'ts, all your Parinaman is sansar oriented.
Sure. Okay.
Very nicely he told on 24th, matlab today.
Today, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Very clearly he says. So please, he's coming to Ponur Malai. All of you go and stay with him for a month. Go and stay with him for a month. You all are lucky. You all can stay. We can't stay. Okay, chalo. All of you take Samayasar, Anushilan, another big Hindi book without pictures, big binding. Samayasar, Anushilan, Volume 2. It runs from Gatha 69 to Gatha 100 is your kartha karma adhikar. After that, punya pap adhikar and other chapters are given. And you all know the uniqueness of this Anushilan, right? They have used 3 commentaries. Amrit Chandra Acharya ka and other Acharyas ka, and they have given the detailing from all the 3 commentaries. Okay, so karta karma adhikar is there. So the Chand and Kalash Padyanubad, everything is given piche. Okay, shall we start? Or should
Yes,
we
ma'am.
take a break? Or
Yes,
should we
ma'am.
take a small break? Because it's 8:30 and I told I will finish by 8:30. What do? I haven't finished. I haven't kept my promise.
We
But look
can
at
continue.
the positive thing, ma'am. We finished the Mokshamarga Prakash.
Pardon? I don't get you.
I said, but we finished the Mokshamarga Prakash completely.
Even the
That's-
chitti we have finished. Finally, we have
Yes.
finished.
So that's the positive thing.
Okay. Chalo, all of you take the karta karma adhikar. And I'm so tempted to give you the introduction of it, but I'll give it later on. You all know Samayasar introduction, right? It talks about the curtain raiser, Purvarang, and then all the 9 tattvas come in doing the role play. And the soul is the audience, the Gyata Drashta Karta. It is neither Jeev nor Moksha nor Asrav nor Bandha, but beyond it. It is a knower of this is Asrav, this is Samvar, this is Jeev, this is Moksha. Right? So it is neither Pramat nor Apramat. It is beyond Gunasthan. It is beyond Indriya. It is beyond the body. It is what it is. Now, in the first chapter, after the Purva Rang, he talks about the Jiva Jiva Adhikar. The chapter is titled Jiva Jiva Adhikar. And we have finished that. So please refer to those lectures. And now this Karta Karma Adhikar is a continuation of the Jiva Jiva. So he assumes that me telling you, he telling us all about Jiva Jiva Adhikar, we have understood the Jeev correctly and the Ajiv correctly. But still he feels that somewhere this Jeev and Ajiv have not been understood right. Then he says the Jeev Ajiv only disguise as Karta Karma and come in the stage. To remove that what to say, वो disguise को हटाना है. And you know the jeev correctly and the ajeev correctly. You don't have the fallacies. So this chapter of karta karma adhikar is written for us to get the right understanding of the jeev and ajeev. If we don't understand this karta karma, then the jeev and ajeev are also not understood correctly. Then the fallacy of jeev and ajeev remains intact. Then we cannot have samyak darshan. So it is the jeev and ajeev only who disguise as karta karma and come back on the stage. And he is going to help us identify this mischief mongers so that we can check them, checkmate, right? Understood the context in which we have to understand. Now in the entire literature, you have nowhere this kind of a chapter other than in Samayasar. And it is one of the longest chapters. It goes from Gatha 69 to 144 kind of thing. 69 to 144, yes. Okay. So basically it is an extension of the Jiva Jeev Adhikar only. Okay. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So, and we have always studied, no, that samanya se vishesh balwan hai. The details are more important than the general things. So generally बोल दिया जीव अजीव, but particular को बताएंगे कर्ता कर्म related. Then we are able to see things more clearly. Okay. Now, just imagine that sugar is telling that I can do the work of salt. Is it possible? Can any time sugar do the work of salt? Can gold do the work of silver?
No.
Can one element do the work of another element? Then how Jeev can do the work of Rag, Dvesh or Kashai or Karma? How? Understood? Jeev is there means it do only the operation of Jeev only will happen in it. How can the operation of Karma, Kashai, Vishay, Vasna, Rag, Dvesh happen? I did Rag, I did Dvesh, I did Kashai, I did Karma. I can do this, I can do that. This is our ahankar. This is our man Kashai. Until and unless this man is erased, the akarta swabhav arham cannot be realized. The pure energy minus all the kashai is arham, and aham is the ego. That I can do karta, karm, kriya, karta, karm. I am the karta and ragdvesh is my karma. And I did this kriya and I have to stop this kriya. This only goes on in our mind. I did this yesterday, I have to do this today, tomorrow I will do this. If this karta buddhi is not there, no, then smoke should have been here and now. Now, if you want to write one table, I'll give you one table. Write Jad, Chetan, and third Buddhi. Jad, Chetan, Buddhi. What are the four Buddhis? Ekatva,
Mamatva, kartutva,
Mamatva, Kartritva,
Kartritva.
Bhoktritva. Bhoktritva. In the Jiva Jiva Adhikar, they showed us the separation of Jeev and Ajeev. Ekatva ko toda. And here, the Mamatva, Kartritva, Bhoktritva will be broken up. Broken matlab will be checked. Okay, now write under Jad something and under Chetan something. The four Buddhis I have told you. Now this four Buddhi, know what it will do, I'll tell you. First you write Jad or Chetan. Jad is what? Paudgalik. Chetan is Adhyatmik. Jad is Vinashik. Chetan is Avinashi. Jad is Indriya Grahya. Indriya Grahya. Chetan is Atindriya Grahya. Again, I will repeat. Jad is Podgalik, Pudgal, matter, material. Ajiv. Chetan is another element, Adhyatma, spiritual. Jad is Vinashi. Chetan is Avinashi. Jad is what? Uh, the Varna, Gandh, Ras, Sparsh, decay, death. Atma is beyond decay and death. Avinashi, eternal, Shashwat. Jad is Par. Chetan is Swa. Jad is Par, Chetan is Swa. When we say Jad, we just don't have to take science ka table chair non-living. We have to take all that is non-soul, that is karma, kashai, bhav, rag, vesh, man ka vichar, vachan, kaya, everything is coming under Jad. Jad is cognized. Chetan is cognizer. Jad is cognized in the Chetan. Chetan is the cognizer. Jad is impure. Chetan is ever pure. If you go behind the Jad, you become paradhin. When you go behind Chetan, you become swadhin. Swadhin means independent, self-sovereign. But the more you go behind Jad, you become dependent on it. Paradhin. That's why there is one line in Hindi literature. Paradhin sapne hu sukh nahi. अपने में भी पराधीनता में सुख नहीं है. Independence is my birthright, kind of thing. Okay. Now you have understood this. Jad Chetan. Now where the mistake is happening? The Chetan has oneness with the Jad. Ekatva Buddhi. Right? Whatever happens to the Jad, the Chetan thinks it is happening with it. And it gets disturbed because of the Mamatva Buddhi. And the Chetan is always interested in doing the Chetan. One second. Hello. The Jad is the Chetan is having oneness with the Jad. The Jad does not have oneness with the Chetan. The body is not telling I will be with you always. But the Chetan assumes that it will always be with this. This body will remain fit and fine always. That is the Ekatva Buddhi, which is all this four is Mithyat Buddhi. So the Chetan has oneness with it doesn't have. Usko Brahm ho gaya, Brahm. It is in the state of delusion, illusion. Oneness with the Jad. Jad includes our body, our family, our wealth, possession, everything is Jad. They may be living for themselves, but for us, they are other. So what is other than our Atma, we put in Jad. They may be living for themselves, but what use are they for me? They are only taking my attention, my energy, my concentration, and binding me. They are not telling me, but I go and do all that. Okay, that Ekatva Buddhi is the cause of suffering. The Jada is not the cause of suffering. That Ekatva Buddhi, the oneness with the Jada is the cause of suffering. So with that oneness comes the Mamatva Buddhi, I, mine, mineness. But the Chetan has never had the I, mine, mineness with itself. With the Chetan. That I, mine, mineness is not there with the Chetan. It is there with the Jada. I am the body. Whatever is the body, I say it is mine. And anything happens to it, I get disturbed because of the mindness. That is the Mamatva Buddhi. Because these two Buddhis are there, the Kartritva Buddhi is there. I will do Jada everything. I will do everything correctly. And I will take care of my parents' health. I'll take care of my children's health. I'll take care of my body. That means what? You're interested in the Jada only. This, you understand Jada? This is the pasam of Shaiva Siddhanta. And the Chetan is the Pashu. Having infinite possibilities, that is the Pati. Pashu Pati Pasham. So Pashu is the Atma. And it is Pashu means what? It is going behind the Jada, not going behind the Pati. That Pati is Shiva Swarupa Atma. That is why it is in the state of pasa, bondage. Right? Otherwise, there is no bondage. There is a very beautiful example. I don't know if you all remember. Sorry, I will stop at 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
Will it be
okay.
okay? Okay. I think I told you this example. I love this example. There is a lion sleeping in the forest, and lot of ants are climbing it. Huh? How long the ants will play on the lion's body? The
Until
lion
he's
is sleeping.
sleeping. Yeah.
Till it
Bolo
wakes
Shobha,
up.
madam, you're saying something.
Till the lion wakes up.
Right? Now, the lion wakes up. Is he worried about that host of that army of ants? What it has to do? It has to just shake itself and all the ants are gone. So here, the lion is our Atma, but it is in the deep sleep of this four buddhi. So all the karma ants are on all the Atma Pradeshas. The Upyog is sleeping. The Upyog is sleeping. And so all the karmas are playing. When an ant has come, it has got behind it so many ants. And how long these karmas will be? Till this animal, this Atma roars that I am Bhagwan Atma. And all these four buddhi, I am that Chetan Swarup. And shakes itself, all the karmas will. Just one samay only is needed. Right? So Atma has infinite Shakti, but what use it's a Shakti if it is not awakened? Like that, the share is sleeping, so all the karmas are playing on it or are occupying the Atma Pradeshas. So that lion has to wake up, that moh has to go. It just has to wake up and realize it is a lion. And all the hands are small, small, kuti, kuti. Kya औकात hai unki sher ke सामने? What energy, what potential, what strength do these ants have? Even they may be 100,000 ants. It's just till the lion roars. Till this Atma Chetan realizes that it is Bhagwan Atma. All these four buddhis will be there. But once it realizes that Bhagwan Atma and has oneness with it, and all the mamatva is shaken off. And along with the mamatva, the karta bhokta of para, jada is also shaken off. Now I will do this, I can do this, I did this, I shall do this, I will do this. All that buddhi goes. And now the four buddhis will come with the Chetan. Oneness with the Chetan, mamatva with the Chetan. I am only the karta of Chetan Gyata Drishta, and I am only the bhokta of Gyan Darshan Swabhav. So I am the karta, Gyan and Darshan are my karma. Not raga, dvesha, kashaya, moha. Even in raga, dvesha, kashaya, moha, kal, I am that Gyan, Darshan, Swabhav, Bhagwan, Atma. I am of that jati. I am not of this jati. This illusion is broken in this. Broken matlab illusion is shattered in this chapter of karta, karma, adhikar. Okay. So let us quickly do the karta, karma, adhikar. First doha, kalash. First doha, kalash. Very, very beautiful. First one doha, then one kalash. I'll read the doha. मैं करता हूं कर्म का, कर्म है मेरा कर्म, ऐसी मिथ्या मान्यता है मिथ्यात्व अधर्म, निज आत्म तल्लीनता सुखमय आत्म धर्म, श्री जिन जिनवर देव ने यह समझाया मर. That means what? I am the doer of these 8 karmas. And these 8 karmas are my karma, my object. This is a mithya manyata. This is mithyatva. This is adharma. And when you understand that you are the karta and your gyan darshan is only your karma, then you do the atma absorption, tallinata, which is sukhmaya. This is atma dharma. This is what the Jinas have told the essence of Jain, the teachings of the Jains. So the Jeev and Ajeev only are taken up the disguise of karta karma and have entered the stage, and they are playing their role. Okay. Now he says the Jeev and Ajeev have gone, but they have taken the swanga. Swanga means the vesham போட்டுட்டு உள்ள வந்துட்டாங்க திருப்பி. So, okay. Okay. Now, the Jnani will realize this disguise of the Jeev and Ajeev and not fall a trap of this karta karma. All the others will be trapped by this karta karma. You just look around you. Which politician will say, I don't want to do anything? Which cricket player will say, I don't want to do anything? Which actor will say, I don't want to do anything? Which child who is pursuing studies at Kota or IIT will say, I don't want to do anything? Everybody is wanting to do something. But a Samyak Drishti will never say, I want Samyak Darshan. He will never say, I want moksha. I'm doing all this for Samyak Darshan. I'm doing no. That means he is also Mithya. I'm doing tap for Samyak Darshan. I am doing that. Language does not exist for a Samyak Drishti. Even though the doing happens till 14th Gunasthan, 13th Gunasthan. But the buddhi is gone. Okay? So, this Vesha, the Jiva, the Samyak Drishti Jnani Jeev will understand that this karta karma have disguised and come, the Jeev and Ajeev have disguised as karta karma. Okay? So, in Jiva Jeev adhikar, par mein ekatva mamatva buddhi was checked. And here, it is the kartritva bhoktritva buddhi that has to be checked. I told wrong just a minute ago. In Jeev Ajeev, ekatva mamatva is broken between Jeev and Ajeev, and still the karta karma fallacy is there, means the mithyatva will remain intact. So, karta karma sambandhi agyan ka abhav has to be done if we have to get samyak darshan. Now, the first kalash. Ekah karta chidahamiha me karma kopadayomi itya agyanam shamayadabhitah kartri karma pravritti. Jnana jyotihi spurati parama uddatam atyanta dhiram sakshat kurvan nirupadi prathagat dravya nirabhasi vishwam. This is the Kalash number 46 of the Karta Karm Adhikar. Okay. And Panditji is doing Kalash number 185. 185 number का कलश वो ले रहे हैं. उसके ऊपर बड़े पंडित रविंद्र भाई has written a poem, Mumukshu ka Shraddhan. So these two things he is trying to cover or uncover, whatever it is. Now what he is telling. I am ek karta. Okay? I am ek karta and krodhadi kashai are my karma. This kind of talk is ignorance. And the Jnana Jyoti, which rises, breaks this myth and illusion. And it is Parama Uddata, Ati Dhira and Pavan. Parama Uddata, Pavan, Ati Dhira, Jnana Jyoti Prakashani. This is the language of that Kalash. Now let us quickly see the description a little. So, Lokame, there is one Chaitanya. One Chaitanya means all living beings are of the same kind of Chaitanya. It is Karta, but it has got an illusion that Krodhadi are my karma. So, when this Karta Karma Pravrti of the Agyanis is there, How it will be checked? Only by understanding that I am a Jnana Jyoti. Jyoti means not tube light or bulb or moonlight or lamp or nothing, sunlight, no. Jnana Swarupa. So it is sada spurayaman hoti hai. It is sada present. Yesterday, today, tomorrow. Always this Jnana Jyoti was there. It is parama udara. How much ever the Jeev has not attended to the Jnana Jyoti, the Gyan Jyoti has always been forgiving, accommodating, embracing, ever ready to accept the paryay, which was hitherto going adrift, par mein ja rahi thi. But whenever it comes, it will. So it is parama udara. It is atyanta dhira. It is like a thick, thick, thick ice, jaisa hai, gambhir hai, dheer hai, dhairya hai. Only when you look at this Jnana Jyoti, you have the strength to face all the challenges in the world. Dheer hai. And par ke sahyog ke bina, always shining, self-sovereign, loka lok prakashak, parama udar, dheer, sakshat. It can cognize, help the jiva to know swa and par. But the Agyani can never realize this Jnana Jyoti. So he is abhavi Agyani. Abhavi will never realize this Jnana Jyoti, and Bhavi can realize, but yet he will never realize. Duran Durbhavi means very late he will realize. Nikat Bhavi means very soon he will realize. And those who realize this Gyan Jyoti are called Bhavya Jeev. This Gyan Jyoti is only divine, Bhavya. It is not just one Paryay, it is a undivided whole of infinite Jnana Paryay. This Jnana Jyoti. Okay? And this has been revealed. Agyani has got the Deshna Labdhi. He tries to understand this myth of karta karma, Agyan ka bhav karne ka prayas karta hai. And either Kevli Bhagwan, Gandhar Bhagwan, Acharya Maharaj, Anya Sadharmi, Sadhugan, if he listens, if he understands, then only he can remove this ignorance and ekatva, mamatva, kartritva, bhoktartva, buddhi. And he can realize this Jnana Jyoti, Atma Anubhuti Purvak, and uproot this karta karma ignorance completely. This Jnana Jyoti has three implications. One is the Jnana Swabhavi Atma, Bhagwan Atma. Second is Samyak Jnan. Third is Keval. So Keval Jnana is beyond our reach. Samyak Jnana, we don't know how it will happen. But what is ever with us is the Jnana Jyoti, which is the Paramparinamik Bhav. And it is Nirupadik, Prithak Dravya Nirbhasi, Vishwam Sakshat Kurvan. Without help of others, it is ever, ever, ever present. And it knows the difference between all the things in the world, except that it is not able to differentiate between the Gyan and the Gay that come in it, between the rightness of Gyan and wrongness of Gyan, it is not able to eliminate. The power of Jnana Jyoti is such that it can know all the Gaya simultaneously. It can know all the Dravya Gun Paryay with the Utpadvyay Dravya. Param Adhyatma Tarangini mein, first it has been written that without anybody's help, the Jiva, the Jnana Jyoti, can cognize all the Dravya. So we will try to stop with this. This is just the meaning
Okay.
of the Kalash.
Okay,
It will
ma'am.
go on. And please read 2 Gathas and come. 69 and 70th Gatha, read and come.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
And this Gyan Jyoti ka detailing is given in lot of ways. Try to read and come. How Keval Gyan is powerful. So Keval Gyan is powerful or Gyan Jyoti is powerful?
Gyan Jyoti, ma'am.
Hai na? So Gyan Jyoti is like the diamond factory. And Keval Gyan is one diamond. Like that infinite Keval Gyan ki Paryay. are going to come from the diamond factory. I am that diamond factory.
Hmm.
And you are not interested in Keval Gyan. Why you want Keval Gyan? Because all the gay are going to be reflected in the Keval Gyan. Then that is Anant Lob, Anantanubandhi Lob. Why
Hmm.
you want Keval Gyan? So that all the Indra will worship you? This is Anantanubandhi Man. I am the adorer and this Jnana Jyoti is the ध्येय. मेरे ज्ञान का ध्येय, मेरे ध्यान का ध्येय, मेरे श्रद्धा का श्रद्धेय is this Jnana Jyoti. Not that Jnana Paryay, but infinite, the Trikali Dhruv, Dravya, Dravya, from where the Jnana Paryaya is emanating ever, 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 ever. Like that complete about turn, the Jnana takes in itself. This is Antaratma. Otherwise, we all are Bahiratma. And those who have manifested that Jnana Jyoti and become one with it, they are the Paramatma, the Supreme Souls. Arihant and Siddh, those who have realized the Jnana Jyoti and are on the way of manifesting it are our Acharya Upadhyaya Sat. So these five are the top 5 people in the world. Parama Ishta, they are supremely dear to you. So when your Atma becomes supremely dear to you, these Pancha Parameshti are supremely dear. Until then, all the other Gyeya are supremely dear to us. Okay, with this I would like to stop. Thank you all. Sorry. But we will
Thank you,
continue.
ma'am. Very
Thank you.
informative.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am,
Thank you.
this Eka Chaitanya Atma is Agyani ka baat, is it?
Jnani. Where
इस
Agyani?
लोक में एक चैतन्य
हाँ,
आत्मा में तो एक करता हूँ और ये
क्रोधादि
क्रोधादि
मेरे कर्म
भाव
है. हाँ हाँ
मेरे
हाँ,
कर्म है.
अज्ञानी 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 अज्ञानी. एंड this भाव का शमन करती है. this भाव का शमन करती है सर्व विश्व प्रकाशनी अति धीर परम उदात्त पावन ज्ञान ज्योति प्रकाशनी.
And
Without this, the mithyatva can never be vanquished or broken
yes,
or checked.
because this Spurayaman is what Jnana Jyoti Spurayaman hoti
See
hai.
here, before that second line, no, you're telling from the third line Spuraiman. Second line what? ऐसे अज्ञानियों की जो कर्ता कर्म की प्रवृत्ति है वह सब ओर से शमन करती हुई ज्ञान ज्योति प्रकट होती.
Prakat.
Understood?
Oh, it is Prakat.
But
Okay.
the first line इस श्लोक में एक चैतन्य आत्मा is the कर्ता and more रागद्वेष is my karma. This is only अज्ञान. This is only mithyatva. And how this mithyatva and agyan will go? When you realize that the Chaitanya is the karta and Gyan Darshan is its karma.
And this Eka Chaitanya Atma ka this is also what Hinduism says, na? Ek Brahman and you are all part of the Brahman. Is that what it is?
No, 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 no. No. In Jainism, no part and parcel of Brahman. All are Brahma Swarup Atma. All
Many
are Brahma Swarup Atma.
many
Infinite
Atmas.
Brahma Swarup pure souls. Pluralism. It is ethical pluralism.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Chalo. Jai Jinendra, everybody.
Jai Jinendra.
Thank you, ma'am. Jai Jinendra.
Dinvani Stuti, please. I'm not doing.
Wow.
निज निधि मुझ निज में बताई यह अनंत उपकार है
जिनवाणी माँ
माँ को इस ये वंदना
वंदना शत बार
बार है.
शत नहीं माँ, शत बोलो, शत बोलो.
शत बार.
So I'll call it.
Okay, Jai Jinendra,
Jai
everybody.
Jinendra,
Jai
ma'am.
Jinendra, ma'am.
Jai
Thank
Jinendra.
you. Thank
Jai
you.
Jinendra. Thank you. Okay, you have anybody has any questions for Panditji, you can ask.
Sure.
I'll just give your name and ask him. I'm writing my list of questions.